This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
One of the most undeserving runs I have seen from a Major League Baseball team. Mariners lose 10-1, and they split the 4-game series against the Minnesota Twins. And it's amazing, as my buddy Brett just brings up right here, it's amazing how quickly the vibes can turn around. My name is Chris Crawford, hosting with Anderson Hurst, taking a much-deserved break. This is the Mariners POSTCAST. We go live after every single Seattle Mariner game, whether we want to or not. We go live after every single Seattle Mariner game. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. We really appreciate the support. We love how many people have come to check out our recaps, and we've had some fun doing it, but then there are games like today, which are not fun at all. Let me start with this. If you play Major League Baseball in the Midwest and you don't have a roof, you don't deserve a Major League Baseball team. So this game was delayed 4.5 hours, and not going to lie to you, it really affected me. Not so much because of the emotions of the fact that I was getting angry that Minnesota, I had stuff to do. And I didn't end up getting to do some stuff because this stupid city doesn't have a roof. And Locked On Twins, you better be asking for a roof after every game. Every single game. It's ridiculous. To play where you are and to not have a roof is asinine. It's asinine. And I just realized I'm not showing my banner. Let me get that up for you guys. Maybe it is and maybe it isn't. Here we go. Should be up. Anyway, maybe it's having issues, but I don't know. I don't even know where to start with this one, but I know what we'll start with first. We'll start with the starter, right? And today, Emerson Hancock was fine. He's not the reason the Seattle Mariners lost today. It's not even close to the reason the Seattle Mariners lost today. 5 innings of 2-run baseball. I think he ended up walking 3, allowed 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 53 of 84 pitches for strikes. His command wasn't great. You know, I've certainly seen Emerson Hancock have better control of his stuff, and it's not like he was missing a ton of bats, but he pitched well enough to win. He kept the team in the game and then some, and it was nice to see a bounce back from that disastrous start in that horrible situation against the Cubs, right? This is a fine effort from your 5th starter. It's a fine effort from the guy who's pitching at the literal back of your rotation. It's not excellent, and there's still too many walks in that pitch to Larnach, who has just destroyed the Mariners this year. Larnach and Willie Castro have both just been absolutely Mariner killers this year. And, you know, he walks Buxton, I believe, the play before, makes a horrible throw to first base that ends up putting Buxton at second, but it didn't matter where he was. You can't leave that ball there. But I don't think Emerson Hancock is the reason that they lost this game. In fact, I know he's not. 5 innings of 2-run baseball, if you get that from your starter, you should win the overwhelming majority of the time. The overwhelming majority of the time. And thank you, Brett. I'm not going to put that up there. Or excuse me, Andy. I'm not going to put that up there because of the naughty word, but thank you. I do appreciate that. It is a testament of my will. As Brian says here, Emerson was fine, but did lose focus in that last inning. To her credit, Angie noticed and called it out. Not generally a fan, but she was dead on there. Yeah, you know, I don't know if it was a lack of focus. I think he lost the grip on the baseball because of the weather that was happening today. I don't know if it was a focus thing, but he wasn't great in that last inning. That's to be sure. I had no issue with them pulling him whatsoever. The 5 and dive. Totally was the right call to just have him go those 5 innings. But let's talk about the 6th, because this team needs another left-handed reliever so bad. And I don't want to spend too much time dunking on Pop. I joked on social media that the Twins hopped on Pop. Oh boy, did they ever. But the fact that you don't have another lefty to bring in that situation is problematic. Absolutely was the right time to bring in that second lefty. And Brian, I don't think he's popping off to Tacoma. I think he's designated for assignment. And after he goes unclaimed, he can go to Tacoma. But it just wasn't a very good effort. And it matters too. That was a 2-0 game. A 2-0 game. Now you can argue how much it matters with how this offense played, especially these last 2 days. But we'll get there. But man, that was a pathetic effort. Pathetic. And he got hit hard. Hard. It wasn't bad luck. He was leaving pitches right over the plate, and they shellacked him. And I don't like using your worst reliever in that situation. I thought this was a couple of days after Dan Wilson managed one of my favorite games of the year. I think Dan Wilson managed one of my least favorite games of the year. It's disappointing. But as bad as all of that was, there's something even more disappointing to talk about, and we'll do that next after a quick commercial break. Commercial break is what I was saying there. But let's talk about Supply House, because I forgot that my microphone mutes. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trade, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info for you to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Do you need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. If you join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks, you can use promo code SH5 for 5% off your order. That's supplyhouse.com. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it even a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get into the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. You can use FanDuel to track your favorite matchups. It's easy to use. It's fast to pay out. And whether you're placing a same-game parlay or you're watching a bet right into the 9th inning, FanDuel makes it feel like you're part of the action. Are you new to FanDuel? New customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. All right. This offense. Oof. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. We talked about the ceiling and the floor of this offense, right? Oh, the floor is ever so low. And, I thought about doing an unsung villain. There's a ton today, an absolute ton of them today. And nope, everybody's the villain. Nobody gets more than one hit. They draw 2 walks. And here's my biggest problem with today's effort, right? You face Simeon Woods Richardson, who is not completely bereft of talent, but he's not a great starting pitcher. And he's certainly not someone who should shut you out for 5 innings. And I apologize, I might get yelly today. You should not get shut out by Simeon Woods Richardson. And it wasn't like he was making great pitches that the Mariners just were fouling off or, he got him. Sometimes you tip your cap. No. The Mariners swung through some absolute garbage today. I give Simeon Woods Richardson no credit for the effort today. None. I will give Joe Ryan a ton of credit for yesterday. That dude pitched well. Simeon Woods Richardson got lucky that he faced an offense that has the lowest floor of any offense in the American League. And yeah, I'm saying that. The lowest floor of any offense in the American League today was pathetic. It was unacceptable. And for you to have that effort 2 games in a row, I don't care how many runs you scored the previous few games. Unacceptable. And if the front office isn't watching this and saying, oh boy, we need to address this now, then they're not good at their jobs. And I know there's a couple of people there who are really good at their jobs. So hopefully they're looking at this and saying, we have to fix this. It's not good enough to just score a bunch of runs when it's Coors Field plus humidity, or excuse me, Coors Field plus wind. Nope. It's not good enough. You cannot compete for an American League West championship. You can't even compete for a playoff spot with this offense. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. As fun as it was to watch those few games, and especially how fun it was to watch Monday, the 11-run game. I can't deal with this inconsistency, man. I can't deal with it. I'm going to have to, but I'm not going to like any moment of it. You got to go get this. You got to go get players. It's not just one. You got to go get players for this offense. It's just, there's too many games like this and not nearly enough games like there was in Chicago and on Monday. Heck, Tuesday was fine too. But then you watch Wednesday and Thursday. And like I said to open the show, the most undeserved run that I have seen from a team. They deserve to be shut out today. They deserved the goose egg. And I'm glad they didn't get it because some of you guys know that my grandma is a huge Seattle Mariner fan, and some of you guys know that I'm the biggest fan of my grandma in the entire world. She hates zeros. She hates them. Even as long as there's a semblance of a number in the box score, she's usually okay. But they deserved that 0 today. They deserved that 0. And, Julio had a bad game, no question about it. He hit a line drive to Woods Richardson that it shouldn't have been a line drive to Woods Richardson. It should have been a line drive to Mankato. I think that's in Minnesota. And again, get a roof. But it was everybody. Big Dumper was awful. Mitch Garver, I hope you're okay. And I know he does line the double. One atrocious at bat before that. Canzone was bad. Cole Young was really bad. Ben Williamson had, I think, his worst game as a Seattle Mariner because he also commits that error. No. AV Poke Mob Squad. My grandma is not an Oregon Ducks fan. She's also not a Husky fan. She's a Cougar fan. A lot of her family went there. Her brother-in-law played at Washington State, who she actually kind of grew up with, but don't distract me from this bad offense, guys. I was talking to Dick Fain and how he gave them no credit for the series against the Bears, and I was just I was not angry, but I didn't agree. I thought that there was some good offensive showings. Maybe it was. And then taking advantage of a Bailey Ober who was terrible. Terrible. Yeah, I was really unimpressed tonight. And I'm going to keep this one short. but I could go on and on about how bad this was. And George asks, are we cooked? No, I don't think so. But it has more to do with just the lack of quality competition in the American League than anything to do with the Seattle Mariners. But if you play like you did these last 2 games, you are cooked. You are Emerson Hancocked. But it wasn't Hancock's fault today. But I do like an Emerson Hancock pun. Yaks. Yeah, that's just that's not good enough. That's good, not good enough. I believe I'm solo one more episode. I believe Anders will be coming back over the weekend. I really appreciate everyone who's tuned in. I'd appreciate you hitting like and subscribe. What else is there to say? Efforts like this are why people don't believe the Seattle Mariners are a true competitor. And I can't blame them one bit. And yeah, the long delay. Here's the one thing I wanted to bring up, and then I'll let you guys go. Dan Wilson deserves some blame here. They did not look ready to play. They did not look ready to play. And you can't just say, well, it's because of the rain delay. Twins looked plenty ready to play. Not good enough. It's just not good enough. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And hopefully the Texas series goes better. You still have a chance to have a really good road trip with a series win.